Nicole Regnaud, congratulations through to the second round, defeating fellow Kiwi Wendy Harper. How do you feel after that one? Get the job done.
Relieved, yeah. It's hard playing another Kiwi, especially someone as great as Wendy, but just happy to get over the line. It wasn't pretty, but I'll take the win.
I know obviously you've played Wendy many times back home. You've got a terrific amount of respect for her and what she's done in the game. Is it difficult when you've got to play somebody you consider as a close friend up there?
I think it can either go one of two ways. You're either both so comfortable when it turns out to be an astounding game, or it happens a little bit like that and it's a bit hot and cold and you both have good pitches and then you both, go a bit cold, which I think definitely happened there. But I think we both wanted it for ourselves, but we also wanted it for each other as well. So I know that Wendy will still be there at the next game cheering me on, and I would have done the same for her if she got through as well.
Yeah. There were some really positive moments in the opening set. Your scoring was a lot more together, should we say, in the opening set, but it was difficult, I guess, to deal with some of the conditions out there. Is it, I guess, mentally, how do you deal with that and refocus, especially when you were in the position you were in the second set?
Yeah, I think it's such a privilege being a seed and getting to miss that first round game, but then it also can be a challenge not having that experience out on the board. Like Wendy went into that game already having a game under her belt and knowing the conditions and how her darts would kind of go, whereas that was all new for me. I only had a couple of minutes beforehand, a couple of hours ago. Yeah. So it's kind of thinking on the spot, figuring it out as you go, and sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't, but hopefully can pull it together for the next game.
How much did you learn from 12 months ago, being here up on that stage? And I think the last one was time we saw you up here, it was 82 average against Erling de Graaf. It was a really impressive performance, but you didn't get the result. Do you look back on that as a really positive experience still?
Yeah, absolutely. That's such a highlight, and it's weird for that to be a loss to be a highlight. But I think losing in such an amazing game like it was, you can only be happy with how you play, and I mean the next best thing is winning that, and that's obviously the goal for this year, is to play that a little bit better, hit those out shots, take those chances, and just see what happens.
From what you've achieved obviously last year and the beginning of this tournament this year, is there an itch to play more competitive darts over here? Because I guess back in New Zealand and Australia there is a certain ceiling about the amount and the sort of competition that you can reach, whereas around the world, I guess there's a lot more competitive dart to play. Is the itch there maybe to do a bit more of that?
I think the motivation is always there, and playing in tournaments like this and playing against world-class players, it always makes you want to do more and be more and play amongst them all the time. So I'll definitely be looking for those opportunities, in the WDF World Cup later this next year. I'll be trying to make it back to Lakeside and just seeing what happens throughout the year. Yeah.
Brilliant. Really appreciate your time, Nicole.